Hello, this is Colin, and this is my first prediction video of the season. I know it's week 5, but late starter here. Um, so with these prediction videos, I'm going to be posting them either on Wednesday or Thursday before the games begin. Um, I like to limit the videos to only the top 25 teams, simply because of the timing, and I don't want to make a 30-minute video doing all 60 games this week. That would be a little intense, especially since not a lot of people are going to care about some of the games. Um, so other than the top 25 teams, I will be including some teams whose games I believe are remarkable, or I think that if they win, they could be in the top 25 next week. So we're going to start off today with one of those teams. I have the game tonight, Miami, Florida, against Cincinnati. I think that Miami is going to win this one, and the reason I included it is because if they do, they're going to be 4-0 and potentially ranked next week when they play Florida State, which could be a matchup of two unbeaten teams, which would be pretty fun for the rivalry. So keep an eye on that one, but I got Miami in this one tonight. The next game on the itinerary is also the first game of two unbeaten top 25 ranked teams. I have the game number 23 West Virginia at number 15 Oklahoma. Now, because it is at Oklahoma, I am going with Oklahoma. However, West Virginia is untested, which a lot of people like to say is a bad thing, but it could also be a good thing because they're untested. People don't know what they're capable of. They could be capable of beating Oklahoma, and I think they're going to keep it close until the late game when Oklahoma's just going to turn it on and run for the fences, swing for the fences, just knock it out of there. The next game is Texas at number 4 TCU. Now, this one on paper at the beginning of the season, even it looked like okay, TCU is just gonna knock this one out of the park. No contest at all. And especially after week 1 when Texas lost to Notre Dame and only put up 3 points. Everybody's like, this Texas team sucks. But there is a stat people need to pay attention to with this game. And that stat is the fact that over the last 3 games, Texas has averaged 38 points per game. They scored 42, then 44, then 27. So they are capable of scoring. You can probably write off the Notre Dame game as just first game jitters. So I'm still going with TCU in this game, but I think Texas keeps it a little closer than people expect, especially since TCU is not really known for their defense. They're known for scoring a lot and scoring more than their opponent. So, still going with TCU, but it could be an exciting one. Next game, I have number 22 Michigan against Maryland. Now, I'm picking Michigan because I really don't think Maryland has what it takes to keep up with this Michigan team. And just aside from an opening loss to Utah, who, by the way, last week beat Oregon 62-20, Michigan's looked pretty good. I really think Michigan improves to a 4-1 record. I think they're going to be on fire. The next game is the cross-state rival Purdue at number 2 Michigan State. Now, I got Michigan State winning this one hands down, but watch out for Purdue. Purdue is known for in-conference upsets of the higher-ranked team. I don't think it's going to happen, but it is always if you got a second game you need to put on the list, to switch over to every once in a while, like I do. I switch back and forth between 2 games every Saturday at any given time. So if you need a second game, I would queue up Purdue at Michigan State. I really would. It could be an exciting one. The next game, Minnesota at number 16 Northwestern. This game was hard for me to call. Minnesota is a good team. Everyone saw what they did to TCU in the season opener. They almost beat them. Now, Northwestern is undefeated, and their defense has looked phenomenal. They're the only team to hold Stanford under 30 points. Not only that, they didn't let Stanford score a single touchdown. This defense is the real deal. And I think that is what is going to get them a win against Minnesota. Because I don't think Minnesota has enough of an offense to keep up with Northwestern. And I think Northwestern has just enough offense to overcome Minnesota's defense. Next on the list is another Big Ten showdown, Iowa at Wisconsin. Now, while Wisconsin is a one-loss team, and Iowa, I believe, is undefeated, I'm going with Wisconsin. It's not only a home game for them, but their one loss is to Alabama. A lot of people lose to Alabama. A lot of people have lost to Alabama over the last few years, almost a decade. I think that Iowa's outplaying their schedule so far, and I think they're going to notch up their first loss. The next game is actually, if you're looking at the 3 o'clock games or later games, this one is the one you want to watch for. Texas Tech at number 5 Baylor. Texas Tech lost a heartbreaker to TCU last week. And I mean devastating heartbreaker. 10 yards from winning the game. I know their offense can score. Everyone knows their offense can score now. And Baylor, they can score too. And the question is, can Texas Tech pull off the upset again? And I don't think so. I think they're going to come very, very close. However, this game is a trap game for Baylor. It looks on paper like they're just going to roll. They won't. They will win a close one like TCU did. And I think Texas Tech is proving their worth right now. They'll be looking to get that upset. Next game on the list is number 11 Florida State at Wake Forest. Usually being on the road is a harsh thing to do, but not when you're playing Wake Forest. I got Florida State on this one, hands down. Florida State. On to the next one. This is an SEC matchup of top 15 opponents. So this one could be very, very, very fun to watch. It's number 13 Alabama at number 8 Georgia. Now, Georgia's the undefeated team. Alabama having lost to Ole Miss a couple weeks ago. I really, really think Alabama is out for blood right now. They are upset about that loss still, and I think Georgia's going to feel it. Even though that Georgia's at home, they're going to feel it. It'll be a close one, don't get me wrong. It will be a close one, but I got Alabama. Next, Washington State at number 24, California. I got California. I mean, Washington State's been down on their luck for a long time, and California seems to be finally clicking. They're undefeated, and I think they continue to be undefeated. The next is Kansas State at number 20, Oklahoma State. I know, if you notice, I've been picking pretty much unanimously the ranked teams in all of these ranked and unranked matchups. That changes with this one. I think Kansas State is underrated for what they are, and I think Oklahoma State, people think a little more of them than what they really are. I think Kansas State pulls off the upset on the road. The next one, Ohio State at Indiana, is going to be rough, but Ohio State's going to win. There's no doubt in my mind that Ohio State's going to win, but Indiana will give them a run for their money for at least 3 quarters, maybe even 4. The next one is another SEC matchup. It's number 3 Ole Miss and number 25 Florida. 2 unbeatens in the SEC. One looking to continue their streak at number 3, the other looking to come in and prove their dominance. It could be an exciting game. I think Ole Miss is going to win it, as long as they don't underestimate Florida. The next one is Eastern Michigan at number 9 LSU. Really? LSU. Number 21, Mississippi State at number 14, Texas A&M. Now, when I did my preseason predictions, I looked at this game and I went with Mississippi State hands down. However, after having seen the first 4 games from Mississippi State, no, I gotta go with Texas A&M. Not just so much that Mississippi State has looked bad, before that, Texas A&M has looked way better than I gave them credit for. I got 3 more games. 1, Arizona State at UCLA. I'm picking UCLA in this one. They're number 7. They're undefeated. They've had a pretty rough schedule to get to undefeated, and they've dominated it. Arizona State has just looked bad. They've looked awful. Like, I don't think they're that good this year. Really. And it's kind of sad because they were so good last year. But this year, no. Okay. And the one that College Game Day is going to, this is going to be fun. Number 6, Notre Dame at number 12, Clemson. Now, Notre Dame is coming off a game against UMass where it looked like they were in trouble in the first half, but they won the game 62-27. Now, the last time Notre Dame scored 62 points in a single game was back when they faced Rutgers in the 1996 season. So it's been almost 20 years. Yeah. So it's been a while since Notre Dame scored that big. It could be a letdown game. It is very close to being a letdown game because not only is Notre Dame coming off such a great performance, but Clemson is a hard opponent to beat, especially when you're playing them in their house. That being said, I think Notre Dame squeaks out the victory here, moves on to Navy next week. My last game, I have Arizona at number 18, Stanford. Now, Arizona is unranked, but they've only lost, I believe, 1 game, and that was to UCLA last week. So, they're a lot better than being unranked. I don't think it's a moniker that a lot of teams get. They really makes it sound like they're worse than they really are. Because let's face it, only 25 of the 129 teams are ranked. So that means 104 teams are unranked. So if you're 26, you get put in the same group as 129th. Well, you're not even close to the same team. Arizona is on the road. It is at Stanford. However, I really got to go with Arizona on the upset here. Because while Stanford has been phenomenal, Arizona's offense was not bad against UCLA. A UCLA defense that is pretty stout. And Stanford doesn't have that defense. They've been giving up a lot of points this season. And I think that continues. And I think it's not so much that Arizona beats the pants off of Stanford. I think it's Arizona scores enough points to beat Stanford. I know that sounds a little stupid because, well, doesn't everybody who wins score enough points to beat? Yeah, but I mean, it could be like 56-52. It could be big, high-scoring game. So those are my predictions for this week. As you can see, almost 14 minutes of me giving predictions. Wow, you sat through it all. Congratulations. Now, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Who you think's going to run the gamut? Anything like that. I want comments. People, talk to me. Talk to me. Please. Please. I'm starving for comments. Talk. Anyway, so, now that the awkward plug for myself is, if you like the video, click the like button below. I have no idea where this camera registers. Click the like button below, subscribe to my channel, and I will be posting at least once a week, usually Wednesdays and Thursdays. Maybe twice a week. We'll see how it goes. Alright, thanks for tuning in, and goodbye.